Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This is the best week of the year for comic book fans. Got a lot of things to talk about. Got to start with the Marvel guys. This is the awesomest book maybe ever, but certainly of this week. This is Lando #1. I don't have to tell you who that guy is. Everybody's been really digging the Marvel relaunch of all the Star Wars stuff. This is a guy who's deserved his own title since 1980. Can't say enough about Calrissian. Everybody loves all the Star Wars stuff. There are 13 Secret Wars books this week. Follow the bouncing ball and we'll get through them as fast as we can. There's 1872, Age of Apocalypse, Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows #2. This one is a hot pick of the bunch. #1 sold super fast. Everybody's really stoked to see the retcon of the Mephisto business. Civil War #1. You know I love this one because, well, it's got Captain America on the cover. Ghost Racers, for all you Ghost Rider guys. Inferno, your other X-book of the week. Master of Kung Fu. If you're old school like me, you dig some Shang-Chi. Everybody loves the little Master of Kung Fu. Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos, for all you Deadpool folks. Runaways. You know, this one might be flying under the radar. Maybe you weren't picking up books when Runaways was all the rage a few years back, but this book's really cool. So I'd recommend jumping in on this one and picking up the trade paperbacks for the previous series. It's a surprisingly good read. Secret Wars 2099. And the Spider stuff, Spider Island, my pick of the week. You can read more about that in our newsletter. And Spider-Verse. And last but definitely not least is the Squadron Sinister, rounding out your Marvel stuff. You know, the Secret Wars stuff is a little bit all over the place as far as style and genre and whatever, but across the board it's all selling pretty well. So I'd recommend, you know, checking out things, seeing what you might like, what might grab your interest. People really seem to dig all the Secret Wars stuff. Big week for the DC guys. Doesn't get any bigger than Batman. Biggest book they have. Been a lot of talk about the new Batman. If you missed number 40, 41, you want to get up on that. That's number 42. Batman, Superman. Speaking of new stuff, there's a lot going on in the Superman books these days. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't want to spoil it for you, but pick up the last couple issues of Action Superman. This is the first issue of Batman Superman that's part of that new arc. Cool stuff going on there. Catwoman and Gotham Academy round out your Bat books of the week. Justice League of America. It's your JLA book. Everybody loves some Justice League. Earth 2 Society. And the book you've been waiting for, New Suicide Squad. Because you can't get enough Harley Quinn. Red Hood and Arsenal. And The Other Outsider, Starfire. All get their books this week. All-Star Section 8 from the deranged Garth Ennis. If you don't know who Garth Ennis is, well, you might not want to find out. That's kind of a joke. He's really awesome, but he's a bit demented. Constantine, the canceled show, still going on in its comic. Speaking of shows, Arrow is your non-DCU book of the week, along with Injustice, for all you video game types. And Mad Max is your Vertigo book of the week, rounding out your DC stuff. Great week for my man Mike Mignola. You know I'm always talking up the Hellboy stuff. This is your latest issue of Abe Sapien with Big Red right there on the cover. But more importantly, this is the softcover version of a Baltimore novel that Dark Horse put out a little while ago. Yes, it's a real book, but it also has pictures from Mike Mignola himself. Great stuff. Don't often get an opportunity to recommend real books, but there's one for you. Again, I always like to talk up Dark Horse and the great job they do with, well, everything. Probably Image's best week. Here's the new issue of Saga. You've been waiting on that one. Everybody's into this one. If you don't know about it, pick up the first volume of the trade paperback. Walking Dead. Probably the biggest independent comic maybe ever. Newest issue. This will be the last issue of the next compendium All kinds of stuff goes on in that one. You didn't hear it from me. Black Science 16 is my image book of the week. I love pulpy science fiction, and this one's been really good from the get-go. And Blood Strike from everyone's favorite Rob Liefeld. That's your first issue, gotta have it, image book of the week, because the 90s are coming back, baby. Lots of other great stuff from all the other indie guys too. Gotta talk about Archie #1. Been talking a lot about Afterlife with Archie, Sabrina, Archie vs. Predator. This is a publisher that has always been aces for 75 years, and they just keep blowing it out of the park. Pick up Archie #1. It's new, it's fun, it's exciting, it's different from all the others. Great stuff. Star Trek Green Lantern, because teaming up Hal Jordan and Jimmy T. Kirk is an awesome idea. Thanks, IDW. Star Trek New Visions from a man, John Byrne, is a photo book. He's taken episodes of the old show and scrambled them up into a cool comic. This is the like 5th or 6th issue of this. I always talk about anything John Byrne because he's my favoritist of all time. Vampirella Army of Darkness, my Dynamite book of the week. It says Vampirella and Army of Darkness on it. What more do you want? And Invader Zim is my Oni book of the week, because Jonan Vasquez is really cool. If you were under a rock maybe 10 years ago and you don't know who Jonan Vasquez is, if you've never heard of Invader Zim, pick up this comic, download some episode of the old show because it's really awesome. And a great week for the kids' books. Ant-Man gets his own all-ages title from Marvel. Movie's coming out next week. I'm hoping it's better than people think it will be. And Scooby-Doo, because I love me some Scooby-Doo. He's got 2 titles, actually, this one and the team-up. You love some Scooby-Doo mysteries. Great week of stuff. But what makes it an even better week is that I'm taking off for San Diego Comic-Con, the biggest, coolest comic convention in all of the multiverse. We'll be there from now until they kick us out. We'll be sending you guys videos and pictures and posts and all kinds of fun, so keep up with the Facebook page and the YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss any of the action. If you're one of the lucky folks who's going to be down there in San Diego, keep an eye out for me down on the sales floor. You'd be surprised how you can run into somebody you know among 50,000 people. Check back with us next week to check out the stash and hear about the show and all that awesomeness, and get ready next week for the Black Cat Comics Rockin' Milpitas Post Comic-Con Comic-Con. That's all I got for you for this week. Check us out at Facebook. Check us out at blackcatcomics.biz. Check out our cool YouTube channel. Just get on down here to Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.